All right, we are tracking some snow showers moving through the Madison area this morning. Some moderate snow. It is breaking up a little bit off to our west, but we do have an alert day for the snow and also the very cold wind chills on this Halloween. We'll have more coming up.
We're watching conditions across the state. You're looking at St. Croix County near Hudson. You can see all the snow on the sides of the roads there. We're starting to see it here, too. What Madison street crews are preparing for.
Team coverage continues with Live Drive. This is a look at the Beltline approaching Middleton from the north this morning. The flakes are flying, and we're starting to see some accumulation. All of your traffic impacts coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Halloween. We're starting off your Tuesday with team coverage of the snow that's starting to fall here in Madison.
Yeah, it's really starting to come down. Kelly's tracking the radar. Josh is on Live Drive with updates to your commute. And we're watching the impact to the area events for Halloween. But let's start with Kelly's first sworn forecast. Kelly.
Yeah, we did have the snow coming down at a pretty decent clip over the last 15 minutes. The band of snow that has actually been producing some of that minor accumulation on the grass and also some of the side of the roads is starting to push to the east. Still moving through downtown Madison over there toward parts of Monona, seeing some of that up through DeForest, Wanakee. A lot of this is starting to wind down, though, as you get toward Verona, Middleton, and areas to the west. Maybe just a few flakes of snow here and there, but you can see that broader area of snow starting to push on to the east, but getting some visibility is being reduced as we go over the next hour. You can see that the future radar, noticing that band of snow moves on through. We get a little bit of a donut hole here from the Dells right through Madison and Janesville. Another band of snow wrapping around that area of low pressure off to the west. So it looks like the heavier snows are going to be the north and east and also to the southwest of Madison as we go through the morning hours. As the visibility right now with that snow flying here in Madison is down to 4 miles. Same goes for the Dells. It's chilly. Temperatures below freezing in Madison, down toward Brooklyn. Windsor down to 30, 31 currently in Middleton as well. We do have the first warn alert day because of the snow, but also some of that cold weather. The snow will be done with later today, but we are looking at some very cold wind chill values down to 19 to 24 later this afternoon going into the evening. So you see that band of snow moving on to the east, another band wrapping around that low, a little bit of a dry slot there once again from Camp Douglas to the Dells right through Madison and Janesville. Still expecting a few flurries early this afternoon, and then we'll actually get into some clearing, but the winds will pick up out of the north and west. So it's going to be very cold Halloween for us with the snow winding down this morning. We'll talk more about the snowfall accumulations coming up.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. Out now to Josh on Live Drive. He has a look at your commute right now.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we've been tracking those.
Oh, boy, we will try to get back to Josh Brighter on the Live Drive here as soon as we can. In the meantime, let's take a look at the DOT's winter road conditions map. You can see more and more pink, those slippery stretches getting closer to Madison. A lot of the secondary highways in Dane County are starting to see the effects of some of these.
Pink meaning slippery stretches, as you heard Chris here. A little bit of red out to the western portion of the state. We're going to try and get back to Josh here. He's got a live look at road conditions here in Madison. Let's take Josh.
Hey, we'll try this again, guys. This is the Beltline right now approaching Old Sauk Road westbound, or actually eastbound, I'm sorry, as we're tracking your morning commute and that alert day. You can see the flakes are flying. We're starting to see a little bit of snowfall accumulation, especially on the shoulders and grassy areas, but the roadway is primarily just wet. Now, if you look closely here as we go across this overpass, these are the areas that were treated overnight, so you can see just a little bit of pre-treatment, that brine that those crews were doing, so that will hopefully help those areas that usually ice up first. No impacts as far as traffic from what we've seen so far, but we'll be tracking those changes throughout the morning. On the Live Drive, I'm Josh Brighter.
All right, Josh, talk to you soon. Meantime, Madison City crews say they're ready for their first accumulation of the season. We talked with Brian Johnson with the Madison Streets Division, who says that the city is planning for as much of it as an inch of snow today. That's what they wait all year long for that first snow of the season. And while a Halloween snow might seem sort of early for you and your family, the city says crews are ready for it.
The trucks that are out there collecting brush in the summer times, those are the plow trucks that we use in the winter. So it's just a matter of getting that equipment on those trucks so they're able to respond come winter time.
Here's how you can help out, folks. Crews are asking that you make sure that your trash cans are off the street. That'll make it easier for those big trucks to come through if they're sent out today. Also, it'll make it easier for all those trick-or-treaters tonight.
Hey, we're not the only ones seeing snow a little early on in the season. Check this video out of Colorado. Arapahoe Basin Ski Resort seeing 11 or more inches this week. Look at that, the season's on. Some parts of the Rockies saw upwards of 19 inches. And in the Mile High City, the Broncos in Power Field getting plenty of the white stuff too. You're taking a look at a time lapse of snow removal. This was Sunday before the big game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Certainly didn't help the Kansas City Chiefs, that's for sure. Broncos won that game.
You folks, you can track everything today yourself. All you have to do is get the First Warn Weather app. If you don't have it, you can track the snow in real time, those wind chills for tonight, everything. Just download the First Warn Weather app wherever you get your apps.
6:05 now. Wisconsin's newest Supreme Court justice is under fire. Republicans want her to step down from one of the most important cases she will hear, dealing with the state's legislative maps.
But some in the community are not waiting for that to happen. Our political reporter Will Keneally has more on this battle for a justice.
So I'm 73 and spent today in 87-degree weather because I believe that we're defending our democracy, as corny as that sounds.
It's not every day that someone wakes up on a Saturday, dons a good pair of walking shoes, and spends hours under the hot sun to talk politics. But for Beth Cox of Oregon, her motivations could not be more personal.
Now people want to invalidate our votes.
She's part of a group of Oregon progressives, which a few weeks ago traveled to Monroe, Wisconsin to canvass for the Democratic Party. Her group is part of an effort to persuade voters against this idea of impeachment. This April, a momentous election for the state Supreme Court. Liberal candidate Janet Protasewicz beat her conservative opponent, flipping the balance of the court to liberals for the first time in more than a decade. That provided hope for Wisconsin Democrats that policies like the state's abortion ban, legislative maps, and Act 10 would all be overturned, policies that defined the last decade of Republican control in the state capitol. In the last few months, Republicans have fought against that.
We know ultimately that if they decide to inject their own political bias inside the process and not follow the law, we have the ability to go at the Supreme Court, and we also have the ability to hold her accountable to the voters of Wisconsin.
Republican lawmakers have threatened to impeach that new liberal justice if she does not step down from one of the highest profile cases before the court right now, a debate over the state's legislative maps. Democrats say the GOP is trying to manufacture a win and do what they couldn't do in the ballot box this April.
This is a bogus effort to nullify my vote and the votes of millions of people in Wisconsin. And we have to stand up about that because that is the essence of democracy. And that's why I'm out here at my age in 87-degree weather knocking on doors. And I will always do that.
Back in Monroe, that passion meets pavement. Democrats are talking to Greene County voters, trying to persuade them to call their local legislator and ask them to vote against impeachment.
We want to go and talk with the undecideds or the people that might be leaning Democratic.
The state Democratic Party identified 18 Republican legislators that they think would be vulnerable on the impeachment issue. These are districts where voters cast their ballot for Protasewicz, but who are represented by Republicans in the state capitol. Those legislators control whether she gets impeached. And in Monroe, voters there are represented by Republican Todd Novak.
I'm used to being targeted. I've had millions and millions of dollars at me every 2 years.
Novak represents a purple district, spanning a sizable chunk of southwestern Wisconsin. Protasewicz won his district this April by 14 points. Now that's better than she did statewide. The state's Democratic governor won Novak's district in both of his last two elections.
In 2018, he won by 12 points in my district, and I won by 2. That was a tight one.
But voters keep sending him back to the Capitol. He's been in elected office for close to a decade. Novak says he's aware of that target on his back.
You kind of get a tough skin in this job or you can't do it. And that makes me a better legislator. Every legislator should be in a district like mine because you have to be connected to your people. You have to listen to them.
Oh, yes. I vote always, everything.
When we spoke to Novak a few weeks ago about his thoughts on impeachment, he said his office had not heard much from his constituents about the issue.
I think it's more you guys in the bubble and maybe us in the bubble versus I just don't know. So I don't know. I'm not even going to go there. So
in Monroe, though, Cox hopes her efforts are making some of a difference.
Americans have to have that conversation, or we can't really proceed. A democracy rests on our being able to talk to each other and compromise where we can. And we can't get to compromise if we can't talk.
Will Keneally reporting there.
Yeah, so you heard there when News 3 spoke to Novak's office in September, they said they only had 42 people reach out on the impeachment issue. That has since changed.
Yes, his office says as of Friday, that number is 125. We'll continue to track the status of impeachment at the Capitol.
Okay, it's 6:10 now. Let's get back to Kelly. He's watching the impacts of a crash on the east side. Kelly.
Yeah, we do have a crash. You can see the emergency vehicles there. This is on I-94. This is westbound. This is 3.5 miles beyond the ramp of County Road N. And two of the left lanes are blocked due to this crash. Once again, I-94 west, just about 3.5 miles beyond the ramp of County Road. And we'll have more on the weather conditions this morning coming up.
Thanks, Kelly. Josh?
Our live drive continues this morning at 6:09. This is a look at the Beltline heading east towards Fish Hatchery Road. We're not seeing any major traffic impacts right now, just some accumulation on the sides of especially the shoulders. We'll have more on your live drive coverage when News 3 Now this morning continues.
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower than low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Drum roll, please. It's Champion's Factory Direct Sale. Don't miss these year-end savings. Champion replacement windows are 30% off.
That's a great deal.
Our windows come direct from our factory to you.
No middleman. No markups.
Get factory direct pricing 30% off. Plus, book your free estimate by Black Friday for an additional $70 off every window. Hurry, this factory direct sale won't last long. Call or schedule online at getchampionwindows.com.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son. The fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in, they don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Don't miss the 34th Annual Winter Art Fair off the Square, November 11th and 12th at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Featuring over 100 Wisconsin exhibitors with a wonderful selection of ceramics, paintings, glass art, wood, jewelry, and much more. Place your bids at our silent auctions Saturday only. Children will enjoy the Young Collectors Corner. Buy local for the holidays. The Winter Art Fair off the Square. Put it on your calendar today.
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. We're continuing to keep an eye on a crash on the far east side here in Madison. This is along I-94 West. It's about 3 miles beyond the ramp from County N. The two left lanes are blocked because of the crash you're seeing. It looks like one car is impacted here. It might be on its side. Quite slippery conditions that we're seeing across the viewing area here. They continue to ramp up as we see more snow. Again, this is along I-94 West, about 3 miles beyond the ramp from County N. We're going to continue to keep an eye on this for you. You can see traffic is quite slow here. The two left lanes blocked due to that crash.
All right, now let's check in with Josh Breider and Kelly Slifka. Josh, how are things looking out there?
Hey guys, so far so good out here on the live drive this morning. We are on the Beltline heading east towards Monona Drive. As we flip the camera around, we actually just passed a salt truck on the other side heading westbound. So as we look at the roads here, we're not seeing too much of an impact as far as slippery conditions go. Again, we've been on the main roads, but you can see on the side here, especially those shoulders, that's where that snow is actually accumulated. As we passed all of the dealerships along the Beltline too, all of the windshields were covered in snow, so you might need to dig that snow brush out wherever that is this morning because it is starting to stack up. But again, we're not seeing any major impacts as far as the roads go, but that could change. So do take it slow out there and take it easy on this Halloween. First Warren meteorologist Kelly Slifka is keeping an eye on that alert day forecast. Kelly, kind of a spooky forecast, you could say, on this Halloween.
Yeah, I didn't ever think I'd be dreaming of a white Halloween, but I guess that's what we're dealing with this morning. Not a whole lot of snow, but it is the first snow of the season, and you know, it takes a little bit of practice to get used to it. And I'm just seeing some minor accumulation, mainly on some elevated surfaces, and it has lightened up now. You can see that the band of snow that actually came down at a decent clip about a half of an hour ago is now moving to the east of the west side of Madison, but is still moving on the east side of Madison. So Stoughton up through Marshall, Sun Prairie seeing some moderate snow showers, and that's starting to move into Jefferson and Watertown. Be on the lookout for that. That snow will pick up in intensity here in the next few minutes. But on the west side, as you get toward Middleton, you get toward Wanakee, DeForest, off to the west toward Black Earth and Mount Horeb, a lot of that snow has lightened up. Just a few flakes here on the patio right now, but we do have a first warn alert day. And it's not just because of the first snow. It's also due to some very cold temperatures, very cold wind chills for the trick-or-treaters this evening. In fact, those wind chills could be down into the upper teens to low to mid-20s this evening. So it's going to be a bundle-up Halloween, that is for sure. Now, it looks like the heaviest snow is probably going to avoid the Madison area through the Dells, Camp Douglas, and Janesville. We're going to get this area of low pressure that's going to wrap right over south central Wisconsin. That's going to put the more heavy snow, if you will, up there toward Juneau, maybe picking up over an inch, maybe over an inch as you get toward the Mississippi River. But in between, right now, it looks like Madison is going to see less than an inch. And I think what we've seen so far this morning is going to be the most that we're going to see all day. Just some flurries expected the rest of the morning. 37 expected today. It's going to be a blustery day. And look at that low tonight, down to 21. Sun comes up after 7:30. These are the current wind chills. Right now, 22 is what it feels like in Madison, 23 in Janesville, 18 in Mineral Point. We have a southwest wind around 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's going to be the case throughout the day as the storm system doesn't have a lot of moisture to work with, but it does have a lot of energy. It came from Canada, never tapped into a lot of moisture that we typically would get with a bigger snowstorm coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. Right now, our wind chill values are going to be a factor, though, this afternoon into the evenings, remaining in the 20s and dropping in the upper teens and low 20s later on this evening. So you notice the bands of snow kind of wrapping around a donut hole right over the Madison area, with the heavier band of snow off to the east and also off to the west. Then everything kind of breaks up as the whole system passes to our east. We'll actually see a little bit of sun later this afternoon. But right now it's cold. 30 in Madison, 32 in Janesville, 29 in Monroe. Across Dane County, we've had some 20s showing up, 29 in Cross Plains and also Viroqua, 29 in Mount Horeb, 30 in Madison. First warn alert day today because of the snow now and eventually the cold later on today. 38 tomorrow, still very cold, but we get back closer to average by Friday and Saturday. Just a slight chance of a shower later Saturday into a Sunday with highs upper 40s to low 50s this weekend.
All right, again tonight, trick-or-treating, wind chills right around 20 degrees.
Yeah, it's not going to be real nice for sure. The good news is no snow. Just going to have to deal with those bitterly cold wind chills headed out for Halloween.
All right, thanks, Kelly. And we are keeping an eye on those trick-or-treating hours as they bundle up to get ready.
Bundle up is an understatement, I do believe. 20 degrees, oh my goodness. Josh Breider putting together a list across the 608 for your family. We're going in alphabetical order here. Beloit's hours run from 5 until 7. Cottage Grove, you're 4:30 to 7. Edgerton, you'll be 5 to 8. Fitchburg's times are 4 to 7.
Janesville's trick-or-treating hours are from 5:30 to 7:30 tonight. Lodi, you're going from 5 to 8. The city of Madison runs longer. They go from 4 to 8 o'clock, and McFarland is scheduled from 5 to 8 tonight.
Moving west now to Middleton with trick-or-treat hours set from 5 until 8. Oregon, you're also 5 to 8. And in southwest Wisconsin, Platteville hours, you guys are running from 5:30 to 7:30. North to Prairie du Sac. Trick-or-treat times there, 4 to 7.
Last but not least, our final 4 trick-or-treating hours in Stoughton are from 6 to 8 tonight. Sun Prairie from 5 to 7. Verona citywide trick-or-treating is happening from 5 to 8. And finally, Waunakee from 5 to 7.
We have a running list of those trick-or-treat times. That's up on channel3000.com right now.
Saturday's loss to Ohio State hurts, especially because it felt like the Badgers really had a chance down at the end. But thinking about that isn't going to help anything. All Luke Fickell wants his Badgers to focus on are the final 4 games of the season, and that starts this Saturday at Indiana. Tied for first place in the Big Ten West, these final 4 will define year 1 of the Luke Fickell era.
We cannot allow this to linger. Losses are tough. One like that was really tough. Best teams play the best ball at the end of the year, and November is what you really have always kind of talked about. So this is the final stretch. We've got a lot of things that are sitting right in front of us, and now we've got an opportunity for ourselves to go and take something that we want.
And a happy Halloweener from the Bucks. They hosted the Heat for the first time since getting bounced from the playoffs. Miami scored 41 points in the 4th to make it a game, but then Giannis took over. Look at this spin move. He flashes to the rim for a ferocious jam, and the Bucks get some breathing room. And then later, a minute left in the game, Bucks down 5. Giannis with a head of steam and 1. 3 points the old-fashioned way put this game on ice. Milwaukee wins it 122-114 the final. After 4 straight wins over ranked opponents, including a pair over #1 Minnesota, the Badger men's hockey team went from unranked to the 5th-ranked team in the country in a matter of 2 weeks. Wisconsin hosts 4th-ranked Michigan on Friday in what'll be the first top 5 showdown at the Kohl Center since 2010. And Sarah Franklin was named the Big Ten Volleyball Player of the Week yesterday. After racking up 38 kills in her last 2 matches, the senior has led her 2nd-ranked Badgers to a 20-1 record. That's your morning sports fix. Have a terrific Tuesday.
All right, back to our breaking news here on I-94. This is just east of town. We've got a backup here that's affecting the morning commute, about 3.4 miles beyond the ramp from County Highway N. We'll check in when we come back.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
We've got questions about Medicare plans.
Well, we've got a lot of answers. How can I help?
Well, for starters, do you have a Medicare plan I can actually afford?
How about a plan with a $0 monthly premium?
Well, that's a great start. What other benefits can we get?
Things like dental, vision, and hearing. But let me help you pick the plan that's right for you.
Don't wait. Call 1-800-AETNA for you to get answers to your questions and pick a plan that's right for you. And let's make healthier happen together.
Lately, we've all had to do more with less. At Chevy, we just want you to do more. So we continue to make affordable vehicles, like high-tech SUVs, our most capable trucks, and the most affordable EV in America. It's how Chevy helps you do more for less. Or qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $299 a month. Or get 2.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models when you purchase.
Save on your next project with 11% off everything at Menards. Update your bathroom with a Moen faucet that fits your style. Moen faucets give you a lifetime of beauty, reliability, and innovative features. Get this Hilliard bath faucet for $129.99 after rebate. We carry a great selection of blinds and shades that provide the perfect fit for any window in your home. Get room darkening cordless vinyl blinds trimmed to width for free, starting at $11.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Time is running out. Shopko Optical can help maximize your vision benefits and FSA dollars before they expire. Get a comprehensive eye exam and discover your new style. Call Shopko Optical or visit shopko.com to schedule your exam.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Look, we're on the patio, and the flakes are falling.
Can you see the pumpkins behind us? They've got a little bit of accumulation there.
Snow on the pumpkin there.
Yeah.
Just a little flurries in the pumpkins. The roads are the big issue, though, this morning. Not a big issue. Let's check in with Josh to see how the conditions are out there. Hey, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. We're on the live drive, giving you an up-to-date look at what we're seeing out here on the roads. As I flip the camera around, we're on the interstate right now, heading northbound. You can see the Highway 51 exit coming up here in about 2 miles right now. The flakes are flying, but traffic moving along just normal out here. The roads are primarily just wet. We do have a crash to talk about. Half miles beyond the ramp from County Highway N. The 2 lanes are blocked due to that crash. We'll have more on that coming up.
All right.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dear First Place, how do you get to the top? Just keep on climbing. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
Who's always behind the scenes helping make safe, regulated childcare possible in Wisconsin? DCF. We're your trusted source in support of quality childcare. Learn more at qualitychildcare.wi.gov.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well, makeup artists, celebrities in Hollywood, and even people across the country just like you look and feel years younger in minutes.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking, it works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, I look 20 years younger than I did before. And that's so super important because my whole life is about health, fitness, feeling good, and looking good. And first chance I really got to look how I feel inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, take action with the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it today for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Dear First Place, how do you get to the top? Just keep on climbing. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
And we continue to track some snow showers moving through the Madison area. The heavier band of snow now pushing on to the east, but there is some more snow in our forecast. We'll have the details coming up.
And we're on the live drive this morning, giving you real-time updates on this alert day. The flakes are flying, no impacts to traffic right now, but we'll talk about what changes coming up.
And we are watching a crash on the interstate here in Dane County, slowing down the morning commute. Where that backup is and just how long.
Good Halloween morning, everybody. We start this Tuesday with team coverage on the snow that's pushing across Wisconsin, and it is going to impact your family's plans for Halloween.
Yes, we've got Josh out on the live drive. He's done this a time or two, so his experience is going to pay off this morning. We also start with Kelly Slifka, who's got a number of Wisconsin winters under his belt as well. Let's start with Kelly. Kelly, what are we seeing out there this morning?
Yeah, this isn't a major snowstorm by any means, but we are seeing the first snow of the season. It's coming on Halloween. That's why we do have the alert day. And we did have some moderate snow come through Madison, just some really minor accumulation, but a lot of times that can cause the most problems. So if you are traveling on some of those back roads, just allow some extra time, especially if you're going over a bridge or overpass. Those can freeze first. But the heavier band of snow now moving to the east of Madison on the east side, over there toward Marshall. Stoughton seeing some moderate snows up through Sun Prairie and Beaver Dam. Headed over toward Jefferson and Watertown this morning. Just a few flakes of snow from the downtown area to the west over there toward Middleton and Mount Horeb. You see on our 3-hour future track radar, a little bit of a dry slot from the Dells through Madison down toward Janesville. A band of snow to the east that's moved through Madison now, or moving through Madison now, and also one developing off to our west. It looks like that's where probably the accumulating snow is upwards of an inch, maybe an inch and a half are likely. We still have visibilities down a little bit with that band of snow moving through down to 1.75 miles in Janesville. And it's cold enough for some of this to stick on the grassy surfaces. 31 right now in Middleton. Madison right now at 30 as we are below freezing. The first warn alert day because of the snow, but also the cold. Wind chill values this evening as the trick-or-treaters are out there between 19 and 24. So you can see this little donut hole with the band of snow to the east and northeast. A little bit more snow down to the west with that snow band. Starting to break up as we get toward the noon hour, just some flurries expected, but I think we'll actually get into some sunshine, but that northwest wind will create those really cold wind chills. 30 right now with some flakes of snow at the airport. We're looking at the snow shower activity to come to an end by the noon hour. Also some very cold temperatures later today, but there's some hope for some warmer weather. We'll talk more about it coming out.
Okay, we'll check back in with you in just a minute. Thank you, Kelly. Out to Josh now on Live Drive with a look at your commute to work. Hi, Josh.
Hey, good morning, Leah. Yeah, we're tracking your live drive commute this morning and give you a look at the roads with what we are seeing at this hour. This is Highway 51, the Dane County Regional Airport to my right. The flakes flying here a little bit lighter now at this hour, but you can see how that snow has actually accumulated just a little bit there on those shoulders. That was what we were expecting. Roads mainly wet at this hour. We have seen a few of those plow and salt trucks out just making sure that everything is staying okay, but we aren't seeing any impacts so far this morning, which is good news for your Halloween commute. Of course, we'll be tracking any changes and let you know right here live on News 3 Now this morning. On the live drive, I'm Josh Breiter.
Josh, we'll check in with you soon. Let's take a regional look at the WISC-511 road conditions map. You see off to the north and to the west, conditions are more slippery than they are here. We are seeing some developments here in the Dane County area, though. We have stretches from Mount Horeb to Black Earth on 78 that are slippery. 69 through Paoli, slippery as well, and in northern Dane County. Highway 60 from Prairie to Sac through Arlington or so. That's showing slippery as well, along with Highway 12 from Prairie to Sac down to the Middleton area. Yeah, so slow going, 511 map, maybe overdoing it just a little bit here, but better to be safe than sorry out there this morning, folks.
We're also keeping an eye on that crash that's on the far east side, I-94. 2 left lanes blocked due to a crash there. We'll continue to bring you updates on your morning drive right here on News 3 Now this morning. Bad timing today, huh? With Halloween events across the area, so be prepared to bundle up the kiddos if you're taking them out for trick-or-treating tonight. Maybe time to dust off the hats and gloves from last winter. So we talked to the experts at UW Health for some quick tips to stay warm and safe if you're out and about. Their biggest advice, wear shoes with a little extra grip so you're less likely to slip.
If you're a trick-or-treater or you're a parent who's walking with trick-or-treaters and you do notice that there's some slippery conditions out there, it's never a bad idea to put some traction products on your shoes. Just give you that little bit of extra bite in the ice so that you don't find yourself falling down on the concrete as you're going around with your child.
Both you and the kids should dress in reflective clothing as well so drivers can see you better, especially given the slick roads that we're starting to see across southern Wisconsin.
Officials with the City Street Division tells us that they're ready to go to clear the snow if they need to get the plows out today. We talk with Brian Johnson all the time. He tells us that, during the time of year when you're thinking about anything but cold and snow, his team is getting ready to handle it. Johnson says his team's ready to go today for about an inch of accumulation with whatever's needed.
It really depends on how hard the snow falls. It's a lot of wait and see. A lot of our snow response, a lot of it is just counterpunching. It's like seeing what the weather gives us and then responding to it.
Yeah, I'll be curious today if the city plows will be dispatched or not, if we'll get enough on the roads to clear them off. Johnson does add, though, with the warmer temps in the forecast, any accumulation would be short-lived.
We are certainly no strangers to getting a little bit of snow in October. Anything we see this morning won't be exactly like what we saw 4 years ago when Madison got more than half a foot of snow on Halloween.
Who could forget?
Look at this site. Do you remember this? This was the snowiest October on record for Madison. This is in our parking lot here at News 3 Now, and this is over on Raymond Road just outside of our studio.
Those hills get you.
We got 8 inches or more in some spots. Again, you're taking a look at Raymond Road. The west side really just got beat up by this storm. Plenty of our coworkers spun out or got stuck on their way to work. Maybe you were in that mess as well. Again, a far cry from what we're going to see today, and a nice reminder that things could always be worse. Hey, you can follow along with what kind of snow totals we expect to see today. Roughly an inch over on our First Warn Weather app. Time out those snow totals so you can keep track of your Halloween plans as well. Just search for WISC Weather in your app store if you don't have it.
Well, maybe the snow has you thinking of the holidays. Here's an opportunity to get in the spirit. At the Capitol, they're getting their Christmas tree ready, and they need your help. This year's holiday tree theme is celebrating 175 years of Wisconsinites. Governor Evers says it's a way to commemorate all the folks in the state who've contributed to making Wisconsin what it is today. So students of all ages are encouraged to send in ornaments to line the tree with a special Wisconsin significance. If you want more information, maybe you want to get your church group involved or your class at school, you can head to this story on channel3000.com for information.
We're already talking about Christmas, huh?
I mean, it's snowing, why not?
That's true, that's true. 'Tis the season.
Just jump in head first.
Hey, as the weather turns today, another sign of the season, you'll have to sit inside when you head to Memorial Union now. The colorful Union Terrace chairs, they're no longer out. You can see them getting packed up here yesterday, just in time for today's snow. You can expect to see the chairs back out on the terrace in a couple of months. They'll be ready for spring. But just because the terrace chairs aren't out doesn't mean you can't enjoy a little ice cream. There's a new flavor for you to try on campus, commemorating UW's 175th anniversary. 175 s'more years. It's the winning flavor of an online poll. People cast more than 8,400 votes in this contest. You can try out the winning flavor at the Daily Scoop, that's at the Terrace, as well as the Babcock Dairy Store.
So with today being Halloween and all, you've got just a little bit of time left to vote in Meritor's NICU costume contest. 6 babies are in the running, and the winner takes home a prize. So all you got to do to vote is head to Meritor's Facebook page, like the photo you want to win. Aren't these little peanuts adorable in their costumes? The one with the most likes wins. You have until noon today.
We can't call out any favorites, although I love that hot dog. Look at that cutie. Chris, you mentioned this is a way to, maybe spread some smiles during what is probably a very tough time for these families.
We're all hoping that these little peanuts get out of the NICU sooner rather than later. Thinking of those families.
6:38 now. Let's turn it over to Kelly with another look at your first warn. Kelly.
Yeah, we still are tracking the snow showers, the heavier band now pushing to the east of Madison, but there are still some snow showers off to the west. We'll track these for you coming up and see how cold it'll get. First warn forecast just ahead.
And our live drive continues this morning as we have team coverage on this alert day. The flakes are flying, and we're tracking your morning commute when News 3 Now this morning continues.
The one sale you can't miss? Madison Lighting's fall sale. Save on every light fixture and fan, every brand, indoors and out, plus all home decor. Pre-shop this sale now and save. Madison Lighting, Watts Road, Madison.
Are you tired of living with that awful joint pain in your knees, hips, back, and shoulder? Ready to get your life back? Call QC Kinetics now, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These non-invasive treatments harness your body's own healing power to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. No drugs, no downtime, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Learn how all-natural advanced regenerative medicine can bring you lasting relief. QC Kinetics.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
Progress means producing renewable fuels for trucks on the road today. We're partnering with farmers to develop these fuels using everything from plant byproducts to cow manure. And then using those fuels to help lower the life cycle carbon intensity of the transportation industry. Driving the world forward today while forging new roads to the future. That's energy in progress.
It's Ford Truck Month. Time to defeat any task in a Ford F-150 with all the capability, productivity, and technology of Ford F-Series. America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. So get to Ford Truck Month and get into a built Ford tough truck.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
Now, lease a new Ford F-150 STX for just $399 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Update your home with new roofing in Soffit and save 11% off now at Menards. Owens Corning shingles offer ultimate wind protection and 50 styles to choose from to complement your home. Get 11% off all Owens Corning shingles. Finish your exterior project before winter with Menards. Aluminum Soffit is low maintenance and easy to install. Pre-finished panels are stocked in white, brown, and black, ready to take home today. All aluminum Soffit is 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
Thursday at 10. Navy veteran, firefighter, farmer.
He's a man of many hats, but we're going to talk about the one hat that has him rooted in doing something good.
You'll learn how his mission sprouted.
It's not something that most sane people would try, I think.
And what he's doing next to help fellow veterans and first responders.
It's about being out here to do work and to give something back.
Inspiring all of us to do something good. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
It's 6:42. We're keeping an eye on a crash on the far east side this morning. This is along I-94 West. It's about 3 miles beyond the ramp from County N. You can see a car on its side here. Crews have been working on this crash for probably the last half hour, 45 minutes. The left 2 lanes are blocked. You can see traffic is taking it pretty slow. Just that far right lane is open right now. Again, this is I-94 West, just beyond the ramp from County N. The 2 left lanes are blocked. We'll keep an eye on this for you as the morning goes on.
Yeah, not sure if this is weather related or not. The WISC map does show that there are no reports of any slippery conditions on this stretch of 94. We'll check back in when and see how things progress here, especially during the morning commute. All right, let's check in now with Josh Sprider and Kelly Slip with your first warn forecast. Let's start with Josh to see what the conditions are like out there. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we're on the live drive this morning, and the same story really going in close to the 7 o'clock hours. We're seeing primarily just wet roads. I'll flip the camera around here. This is Stoughton Road. We're getting on the belt line here momentarily as those flakes are flying. You can see just a dusting so far in Dane County is all we've primarily seen with those wet roads. We have seen crews out there. I do know, and I saw this overnight, crews were out pre-treating some of those bridges and overpasses here in Dane County to try to get ahead of this storm. We're not seeing any major impacts out here. Again, just wet roads, but we will be following this as the morning commute really ramps up here over the next few minutes. We're going to turn it over now to First Warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka on this alert day forecast. Mother Nature giving us more of a trick versus a treat today, Kelly.
That's for sure. I don't know if many folks would love this, but you know, it can get worse. And we'll talk more about what I'm talking about in just a minute. But we are seeing a few flakes of snow here on the patio. We did have a period of moderate snow, if you will. Therefore, there is a little bit of a dusting, as Josh mentioned. Most of that has now moved to the east of the Madison area, but still a few flakes of snow. We can't expect a few more snow showers yet this morning. Therefore, we do have a first warn alert day. Now, it's not a major snowstorm by any means. We've seen a lot heavier snows, but it's the first snow of the season. Of course, it takes a little bit of practice driving on those roads, so allow some extra time. And also, we're dealing with a lot of wind later today. That'll create wind chill values in the upper teens to low to mid 20s as the kids are out trick-or-treating. The good news is the snow will be done with, but it's just going to be very cold headed out. All right, future track right now, you can see that band of snow that moved through Madison now moving to the east, still affecting Sun Prairie, Beaver Dam area. It looks like it's moved to the east of Stoughton, basically into Jefferson and Watertown, seeing that moderate snow. Madison, just a few flakes of snow as I'm seeing here on the patio, and I'm expecting that to continue now for the next hour or so. Also, some of that moderate snow into the Janesville area, Whitewater, seeing some of that as well as everything's moving to the east. Yes, it can get worse. As we were talking about just a few years ago, 4 years ago, we got 4 inches of snow on Halloween. So that was a very treacherous Halloween. It's going to be no bargain again today with temperatures dropping into the upper 20s by 10 o'clock. At least the snow will be done with. It looks like the heavier band of snow is going to be to the east and another band of snow off to the west. A little bit drier. I don't expect a whole lot more accumulation in the Madison area, so it looks like we're going to be ending up with less than an inch. Right now you can see the flakes of snow falling, or at least you can't really see much of the lights on the ground from our sky cam here at the station. Expecting high of 37 today, so well below our average. Wind chill values right now at 22. The winds are out of the west. They'll be up there around 10 to 15 miles per hour. So that chance of snow diminishes pretty quickly through the morning hours, and by the evening hours, I think we'll actually be clearing out. Future track wind chills will be a factor, though. We'll be in the 20s all day long. As we get in the evening hours, they'll drop into the upper teens and low 20s for most locations today. So we'll have a little bit of a dry slot here in Madison, just some flakes of snow. And a lot of this starting to break up as we get in the afternoon hours. We'll actually see some clearing later on this afternoon. But it is cold, 30 degrees right now in Madison. Not expecting a whole lot of rise until we get some of that sun later today. Do have the first warn alert day because of the snow showers this morning and those wind chill values very cold as we go into the trick-or-treating hours. Another cold day tomorrow, but it gets better by Friday and the upcoming weekend.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. We appreciate it. A little snow doesn't stop Halloween trick-or-treating hours in Wisconsin.
Oh, no. So Josh Spreiter, since he's on the live drive this morning, put together a list of all the trick-or-treating hours in the 608 today. So we're going to start in alphabetical order. Beloit's from 5 to 7 tonight. Cottage Grove from 4:30 to 7. Edgerton, trick-or-treating times are from 5 to 8. And Fitchburg is from 4 to 7.
Janesville trick-or-treat hours. They're set from 5:30 to 7:30. Lodi, you're 5 to 8. The city of Madison's runs a little longer. It's from 4 until 8. And McFarland has hours from 5 until 8.
To Middleton, trick-or-treat hours there are from 5 to 8. Same thing in Oregon. And Southwest Wisco, Platteville is from 5:30 to 7:30. And in Prairie du Sac, trick-or-treat times are from 4 to 7.
Last but not least, our final 4 trick-or-treating hours. Stoughton set for 6 to 8. Sun Prairie, 5 to 7 tonight. Verona, you guys are trick-or-treating from 5 until 8. And finally, Wanakee from 5 until 7.
We have a running list of all the trick-or-treat times you can check out anytime at channel3000.com.
Think you'll get out?
Oh, yeah.
Bundle up, buddy. Double coat.
Get the big mittens tonight.
The Michelin man over here. 6:48. Coming up in the morning sprint, bed bugs on Madison buses, what the city is doing about it.
And let's take another live look at those roads this morning as those flakes start to fall. Pretty light, Beltline running smooth. We'll have an update from the live drive right after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford Escape or Explorer and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. And action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
Now you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
DePaco Credit Union works to ensure members are well on their way to living a life worth loving. We're committed to enhancing well-being and strengthening the cooperative through programs like Thank Yous. This year, DePaco members share more than $3.3 million in thank yous by saving, borrowing, and planning for the future. When we consistently work together to boost financial well-being, we power the credit union, creating brighter community for all. Not a member? Join the movement where member ownership pays. Visit a DePaco branch or join online at depaco.com.
In the Midwest, these first few crisp fall days mean that snow and cold will soon be here. So now's the time to gear up for colder weather ahead at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have great prices on quality name brand workwear, footwear, and outdoor apparel to keep you warm and dry. Supplies for leaf removal, wood cutting, and home winterization. Plus, automotive supplies like tires, batteries, and more to keep you safe on the road. Trust the cold weather experts and find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
This is you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
Thank you so much for picking up.
When you really desperately need to talk to your insurance company, when you're having one of the worst days of your life,
What do people do at a time like this?
sometimes you just want to talk to someone, a person, not a robot or a recording or an app. Oh, sure, we have all that stuff.
By Friday.
But on a day like that,
Just like that?
that phone line can end up feeling like a lifeline.
Thank you so much for listening.
At a time like that, you want a company like West Bend, because the worst brings out our best.
Rediscover life without pain. SSM Health Orthopedics.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
Team coverage of the first accumulating snow of the season coming on Halloween. Let's start with Kelly's first warn forecast. Kelly.
Yeah, we still have a few flurries here in the Madison area, but the moderate snows that we had about 45 minutes to an hour ago is now moved on to the east toward Watertown, headed toward Jefferson. A little bit of drying here, but still some flurries. See a little bit drier off to the north and west, but there are still some scattered snow showers expected to roll on throughout the morning hours. Things should wind down a little bit later on this afternoon. We'll have that first warn forecast coming up.
And we're on the live drive this morning. I'm Josh Ryder on the Beltline, just going over Verona Drive westbound right now as we're giving you a look at what we're seeing out here. I'll flip the camera around. Again, not seeing any major impacts out here so far this morning, just a few flurries out here right now. And we haven't seen any major issues as far as traffic going. We are moving at the posted speeds and no backups or delays. Roads primarily just wet. Do keep in mind, though, some of those bridges and overpasses might be a little slippery, though crews were busy pre-treating that overnight. We'll have more live drive updates throughout CBS Mornings this morning. On the live drive, I'm Josh Ryder.
We are keeping an eye on a crash on the far east side. This is along westbound I-94, about 3 miles past the Ramford County Road N. The left 2 lanes are blocked. Just 1 lane open right now, and you can see traffic's moving pretty slow. Crews have been there for about an hour or so. We're going to bring you updates throughout the morning on News 3 Now.
The Madison Streets Division planning on doing whatever it takes to handle the snow today. They're prepared to handle anything that comes their way. Probably just an inch for this particular storm. You're looking at much worse Halloweens in years past. This one particularly, that was 2019. Hey, to make things easier on crews today, they ask that you help out by making sure your trash cans are off the street in case they need to plow, so there's plenty of space.
Madison Metro Transit says it's treating bed bugs on 2 of its buses in shop and 1 of its facilities. MMT says they don't see the issue as widespread, though. So far, no passengers have reported seeing any bed bugs. They say the bed bugs have been spotted in the driver's rest area and 2 buses that were in the shop.
Today, a former Rock County deputy who pleaded guilty to multiple child sex crimes will be sentenced. Gary Huber originally pleaded not guilty to the 10 charges he faced back in 2022. He changed his plea to guilty for 4 of those charges. He's accused of sexually assaulting multiple children between 2010 and 2016 before he was hired as a Rock County deputy later that year.
Governor Evers is joining a lawsuit seeking to throw out the state's legislative maps. In a short statement, the governor said not one more election should be held under the current maps. A group of voters brought the suit earlier this year. Democrats say the current legislative maps are unfair and benefit Republicans.
The final holdout in the auto workers' strike may finally have a deal. General Motors and the United Auto Workers say they have reached a tentative agreement. It comes after more than 6 weeks of strikes and just days after the union expanded its strike against GM. The other two big automakers had already come to a deal.
President Biden is rolling out an executive order on artificial intelligence. The order requires AI developers to share results of their safety tests with the federal government. It also establishes standards to protect against risks of using AI to make dangerous biological materials.
New information on the suspect in 2 deadly mass shootings in Maine. ABC News reports the U.S. Army was told the reservist should not have access to any Army-issued weapon. He went on to kill 18 people in 2 separate shootings last week. We're also learning the suspect's family asked local law enforcement to check in on him, given his access to his own guns and deteriorating mental health.
An Israeli soldier is back with her family this morning after IDF troops rescued her in Gaza. Hamas militants kidnapped Ori Megiddish during their deadly rampage back on October 7th. This as Israel has declared a 23-year-old German-Israeli woman taken hostage was found dead on October 30th. Right now, more than 200 people, including Americans, remain captive.
The UN says Gaza is on the verge of catastrophe. 13 more people are dead this morning, killed by an Israeli airstrike in central Gaza overnight. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rejected calls for a ceasefire, saying it would only help Hamas gain steam. U.S. officials say Israel's expanded ground operation is not helping to retrieve the hostages.
Good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. We had a little dusting of snow move through the Madison area over the last hour or so. That's moving on to the east toward Watertown, down toward Jefferson. Just a few flakes of snow here in the Madison area. Still expecting a few snow showers yet for the rest of the morning. Not really expecting a whole lot of additional accumulation. But it's cold out there. 30 right now in Madison. The winds will be picking up out of the northwest a little bit later on. And we are looking at some scattered snow showers diminishing as we get toward the early afternoon hours, and actually some clearing later today. Only in the upper 30s, but it's going to feel like the 20s when you factor in the wind chill, the winds out there today. Looking at some clearing later this afternoon after the snow flurries. Much better weather toward the end of the week with 40s to around 50.
Continuing coverage of this alert day and your traffic impacts coming up in half an hour.